So this is the second video of my vlog for this prep. Basically just a progress video talking about everything that's happened this week, and so just to keep you all updated for people who care. Weight this week hasn't changed, so I'm still sitting at 255. I think I look a bit sharper, but in agreement with Nick Vandal, I don't think anything's really changed dramatically this week. So this week going forward is going to be the first food drop of the entire prep. So that's been 16 weeks. No, that's been 6 weeks without any changes in food. So that shows you what just concentrating on your diet, cleaning things up, in terms of cheat meals, eating through the week, off plan, that can just show you how just taking those aspects out and taking those into consideration will make you look better. Okay. But now I think my body's kind of, not stalled, but this is where it's kind of sitting just now. So 255, so I've decided to take an agreement with taking 50 grams of carbs out through the entire training day. I won't touch my post-workout, so I'm just taking it from meals 1 through 5. So a wee bit from oats, a wee bit from rice, and that usually is enough to stimulate the body and kind of force the body to recognise that something has changed. So no dramatic changes. The cheat meal remains as well. I don't weigh myself after a cheat meal because I don't see the point, but I definitely look a wee bit sharper in the morning. Now you've not burnt body fat overnight. Like, the cheat meal isn't doing that. What it is doing is it's filling you out, it's pushing the muscle against the skin, usually through sodium. It's a big sodium boost, and that's what you're getting. You're getting that kind of pump almost, that kind of pushing the muscle against the skin, making you look drier, leaner, and whatever. So yeah, when you hear people talking about eating cheat meals and getting leaner, it's kind of a twist in words. It's not actually what is happening, right? That would be nice, but it doesn't work like that. So what usually happens with me is I take photos, and I'm sure this is the same with a lot of people. You take like 50 photos, and I hate every single one of them. Now this usually happens at this point during a prep or a diet, is that I just hate everything I see. I hate how I look in photos. In real life, it's fine. I cope with that quite well. I like what I see in the mirror most of the time. I know there's improvements can be made and so on, but I can't stand taking photos of myself. I just rip myself to bits because my body does not translate well into a photo. I'm not photogenic at all. And I've heard this comment before that I look way bigger in real life than I do in photos. That's because I can't take a fucking photo. I don't know what it is in terms of maybe the way my muscle looks, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I hate photos, I hate looking at them, I hate taking them. And that's where I'm sitting at just now. I took photos today at Performance Gym in Kilwinning and hated every single one. So even at the experience that I've had since starting bodybuilding since I was 16, I still have problems looking at photos of myself and ripping myself apart. So if you're going through that as well, that's entirely normal. You're putting your physique into a competition environment where you're competing with other people who's got the best physique. You're obviously going to pick yourself apart and want things to be better and blah, 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 and you're never satisfied. So basically the way I get through this is just to remind myself that, yeah, fair enough, I don't like the photos, any of them, they're already all deleted. I like to take my photos in the same place, which is at the spot in my work, in the changing rooms, when all the men are getting fucking changed and that. So yeah, take your photos in one place only. But I've come to deal with the fact that as long as I'm happy with what I see in the mirror, that is what I see. If I see what I see, then that is what an audience will see, and that's what a judging panel will see. Because I'm so harsh on myself, if I like what I see, then I'm almost certain that's a good thing in terms of the competition. So, you know, that's where I'm at just now mentally. I go through this almost every prep, usually the same spot. So we're 10 weeks out now, and it usually happens between 13 and 8 weeks. That spell 5 weeks, every prep I've done, I've just not liked the way I've looked. Now, be it that maybe in person, in what I'm seeing in the mirror, or in photos. Most of the time it's in photos. So, you're not alone when you think that the guys who have a good bit of experience still suffer the same kind of mental issues. Everyone picks himself apart. Everyone does. So it's not you, it's everyone. Everyone's messed up in this sport. So yeah, that's where I'm at now. In terms of everything else, nah, there's no changes this week. Everything remains the same. Cardio's at 25 minutes, just on my training days, post-workout. The only reason it's post-workout is due to my schedule in the day. That's just what fits in. Is it optimal? I don't know. I don't feel like I'm hampering my performance or hampering my look by doing post-workout cardio. So it's going to remain for now. Don't have time to do it in the morning. I could, but I don't want to then eat into my sleep time. So sleep and recovery is going to be focused on a lot more this time round than last time, where I was getting 3 to 4 hours sleep, trying to cram everything into the day. If I can get my cardio done post-workout, that means 9 times out of 10 I'm going to get 7 to 8 hours sleep, which I think is more beneficial than the benefits of separating cardio and training. That's just my fucking opinion on it this time round. So there might be a time where I have to add in cardio later at night, but we'll cross that bridge when it comes to it. There's no point in planning out things. Just take it week by week, day by day, and that should be good enough. Training's still pretty good. This past week's been a bit weird. Unloaded bench press, shoulder, it didn't feel sore or anything, but you know when it just doesn't feel right, like the weight is moving properly. So I swapped around my pressing in my chest session a little bit to deal with that. Leg session was weird as well. Like, I don't even think my legs are recovered from the week before. Just warming up on leg extensions, you just feel like the joints just aren't doing what you're telling them to do. But once I got into it, it was okay. It wasn't the best leg session in the world. Didn't leave the gym feeling particularly triumphant. Every other session was alright. So yeah, it's good having a training partner there as well, which I do have this year. Like Darren Mullally. So that's just basically your shout out, mate, because you fucking bit my head off for not mentioning you last time. So there's your shout out. You fanny. Going forward, hopefully next week's going to be a wee bit better, physically and mentally. So we'll see how it goes. See where it goes from there. And yeah, hopefully by the end of next week, I'm not ready to kill myself after having a look at myself. So to sum up, we all suffer from it. Yeah, we all hate ourselves.